How do we represent a cubic polynomial? We represent a cubic polynomial, in this case in variable x, as px equals ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d, where a, b, c, d are constants and a is not equal to 0. So a is the coefficient of x cubed term, x cubed the first term, b is the coefficient of x squared, c is the coefficient of x. The reason why a cannot be 0 is that if you make a 0, the entire cube term goes away, and then the highest power will be squared, and we will not have a cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial is when the degree is 3. If the cube goes away, then the highest degree is 2, and this becomes a quadratic polynomial. So in order for us to get a cubic polynomial, we must have a not equal to 0. Now what about b, c, and d? Can they be 0? Can any one of them be 0? Can all of them be 0? And answer is yes and yes. If b is 0, the x squared term goes away, we still have a cubic polynomial. If c is 0, then x term goes away, we still have a cubic polynomial. And if d is 0, we have the first 3 terms, we still have a cubic polynomial. If all of them are 0, all these terms go away, and we still have a cubic polynomial. So let's take a look at some examples to further drive this point. Say, for example, let's write some cubic polynomials. So this is a polynomial in variable x. So we write something like, I'm going to write some random polynomials. So 3x cubed plus 2x squared plus x minus 2. So here we have a polynomial that has the a, the b, the c, and the d. Let's write a polynomial in variable y. And here we will write, let's say 5y cubed plus, let's say 2y minus 5. So in the second example, the y squared term is not there. That means the b is 0, right? Let's write one more, pq, let's say r. And this time let's write this for variable s. So say we have 2s cubed, right? 2s cubed plus maybe the number 3. So in this case, we have the cube term and the constant. The b and the c, they both are 0. That means there is no s squared term and no s term here. And let's write one final one. And this time let's write in variable t. Let's say 6t cubed. So here, none of the terms, the t squared term, the t, and the constant, right? So none of them, they exist. That means if you were to compare this with the standard way of writing the polynomial, so here b is 0, that is why this term doesn't exist. Here c is 0, so the t term doesn't exist, and there is no constant term. So only we have 6t squared, t cubed. So these are all examples of cubic polynomial, and we have seen why a, b, c, d, they are all constant terms, and a should never be equal to 0. b, c, and d, they can be 0, but a, which is the coefficient of the x cubed term, that should never be 0.